What up, sports fans? I'm Paulo Camacho, and this is the Macho Sports Report, where I talk to you about the sports stories that matter to me, hopefully matter to you. Gather around, everyone. I have a story to tell. So, you know the old saying, everything happens for a reason? It's a tricky creed. After all, cynics see it as a lazy mechanism for explaining away all the worst things in life. You know, bad stuff. Nihilism. Then I see stuff like this, and it's a hard doctrine to ignore. Take the TCU Horned Frogs and the Alamo Bowl on January 2nd. If the story of one Bram Kohlhausen doesn't embody that creed wholeheartedly, I don't know what does. At the end of the 2015 Big 12 regular season, the senior QB from Houston, Texas, was sitting pretty, heading to the Alamo Bowl as a backup to Davey O'Brien Award and Manning Award finalist Trevone Boykin. Kohlhausen had some success under center throughout the season, and almost led a comeback against Oklahoma in November. But in all likelihood, the 23-year-old was going to watch Boykin lead the Horned Frogs against the Oregon Ducks in San Antonio. Then, an unexpected twist would change everything. It was an unfortunate and abrupt end to Boykin's college football career when he was arrested on New Year's Eve for striking a bicycle patrol officer after a bar fight. Boykin was suspended and the team was hit hard, not only on the field, but as a group of men lamenting their fallen brother. And so, the team would rally around Kohlhausen, whom as late as 48 hours before the game assumed he would be on the sidelines. Now, he would lead TCU against a high-octane Oregon Ducks team in the final game of his Horned Frogs career, wishing all the while that he could have prevented the incident that put him in this glorious yet precarious position in the first place. To lead them to victory in what would amount to his only career start, with Boykin on his mind, would certainly be storybook. But as most epic stories go, sometimes they don't start the way that is most desired. Despite the team galvanized by Kohlhausen's unprecedented start, they all looked overmatched by a dynamic Oregon squad. Perhaps the emotional blow of Boykin's arrest, adding to the amount of adversity TCU had suffered throughout the season, had finally taken its toll on a team that had seemingly nothing much to play for. Certainly seemed that way when they found themselves down 31-0 with a Kohlhausen-led offense that couldn't really catch a break in the first half. But leave it to head coach Gary Patterson to change shirts at halftime, to change the mojo of the Horned Frogs that night. That, to be sure, and an amazing turnaround by Kohlhausen. While the defense knocked out Oregon's incumbent QB Vernon Adams Jr., essentially stalling their offensive power, Kohlhausen put together a brilliant performance, accounting for all 4 of TCU's touchdowns in the second half. 2 through the air and 2 on the ground. Tied after 2 overtime periods, Kohlhausen would score the final touchdown of the game on a keeper toward the right side. The Frogs' defense stopped Oregon on their final offensive drive, and it was all over. TCU had tied the record for largest comeback victory in bowl history after the adversity the team had gone through. Hell, after the adversity Kohlhausen himself had gone through, including losing his father to melanoma late last year and playing the entire game with a broken wrist. There is every reason to remember the Alamo Bowl as the kind of story you'd likely see in a Disney movie. Hey, what do you know? Apparently, reports of that exact thing happening started to surface on Friday. Whether it actually happens or not is up in the air, but I'd certainly love to see it. Alright, people, and Horned Frogs fans, where were you when the 2016 Alamo Bowl went down? And what do you think about Kohlhausen's story being ripe for the big screen? Let me know in the comments section below. I'm Paulo Camacho, and this has been the Macho Sports Report. Peace out, sports fans!